everyone. Hi, Brian. This is Real and Raw with Lynn and Brian. I'm Lynn Serrano with, I think, a messed up mic, so I tried to reboot. So here we are.
Real and Raw theater person, let's go.
That's right. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm Brian. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy? Yeah, I think you're that guy.
I wonder if there's coffee in here or something else. I really don't know.
Oh, I hear some static here, I think, too. So, hopefully that's better. I'm not sure. So how's it going, Brian?
It's going all right. It's Friday. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah, it's Friday. And let's see here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm stalling time here, you guys. So, we've got our good old Sandy. How you doing,
Sandy's here.
Sandy? Thank you for being here. My computer's just being a little funny today, so just bear with me a second. Here we go. Oops. Oh, man. That's not what I wanted to do.
What's up, Sandra? Thanks for being here on this Friday. We've done some crazy and busy work this week. If you've been tracking with us, really taking on this whole big topic about relationships. We can't say it enough, is that the show is nothing without all of you. So thank you so much for interacting with us and engaging with us and really putting yourselves out there. Yes, Lynn is loud and proud now. But this show is nothing without you guys, and we thank you for taking your time every day to be with us and to be on this relationship journey that is vast. It's deep. And if you really want to move the needle and really look at your relationships in a different context or from a different point of view, you got to be willing to do the work. And it's really that simple. There's no sugarcoating it.
Yep, you got that right. Oh, it does sound better. I felt bad. I did that interview and my mic just kept being static. I had a world-renowned photographer and I was messing it up with the static. Oh, well, that's just what happens. But guess
in
what?
the past, Lynn. It's in the past. Right. Learn.
What happened? Don't worry, it's in the past.
It's in the past.
You know what? So anyways, get this. I went ahead today before I did my other show and I went ahead and got the Walmart, app and I ordered me some orange juice, some pineapple juice. Yeah. And then I ordered me some strawberry shortcake in case I don't make it to the bar tonight or tomorrow night. So yeah,
I know you're going to come to the bar. It's just a matter of who you're going to go home with. That's the part I'm scared of. Tracy's here. Our loyal listener, Tracy's here.
Yay, Tracy's in the house. Yeah, now my mic sounds so much better. And it was Brian which I was going to think of doing, but I didn't at the time because I panic. When I panic, I can't think. So you shouldn't panic. But yeah, he goes, let's restart. I'm like, okay. I was just glad to hear when I got here.
In that moment of like, oh my God, the clock is counting down. It's 11. It's 10:58 your time. Tracy, to answer your question, Lynn did it's going to be this anonymous box that's going to be white and it's only going to have a sticker on it. So it's like nobody knows. None of her neighbors know what's inside of it. That's what's going to be arriving when she picks it up or they put it in her vehicle.
Oh man,
it's kind of like those packages. I mean, maybe not so much anymore, but when people would buy in stores, and then it might be some things that might be sensitive or you may not want other people to know about, like if it's on the outside of a box or something, right? And so like when they ship that stuff, it's like just this white unobtrusive box that nobody's going to give a second glance to.
I'm talking about my pleasure parties, okay? So they're just giving me back party time. Yes, party time tomorrow. And now that Sandy said that, I'm just going to throw this in here for the people that are in case for later.
For those of you that were not with it, Lynn, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell everybody about it.
You sure? Okay, so tomorrow night, live after hours with Real Raw with Lynn and Brian. And we're going to go to the comedian Bubba Bradley's bar. And he has a signature drink. He loves that kind of alcohol. Vodka.
What kind of alcohol?
Pinnacle. Pinnacle.
Can we all, on the count of three, can we all say pinnacle? 1, 2, 3. Pinnacle.
Okay, I got it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And, Tracy,
Yeah, Tracy, it's talking about relationships all this week. We get a little slap happy. So it's a Friday.
Yeah, we're doing let's do our Friday happy dance. Happy dance, happy dance. Woohoo, woohoo. We made it another week. Woohoo. Yeah. Hey, we better save those dancing moves for tomorrow night.
I was just gonna say I might have to sit down. I get a little tired, you know. Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, after all these times of, you know, not frequenting any bars because what's going on in the world, that should be the opposite of how we feel. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
I mean, especially coming from Wisconsin. Come on now. Like, that's in the culture.
Yeah, there's the bars. The bars over there are like the casinos over here. Every half a block you can find a bar, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, there was, I don't know if it's this way anymore, but per capita, there was one bar for every 1,800 people in Milwaukee.
I don't believe, I mean, I don't not believe that because I've been there plenty of times and there's, some really cool bars too, for sure. Good food too.
It's like, it's like when you're born or whatever, there's like, you know, you have like Milwaukee Brewers types of gear on, or, you know, everybody cheers with alcohol once a kid is born. So you're like in it right from being born, you know, so.
That's the induction of being a Wisconsinite.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Let's keep it right there. Oh, now we got Lynn geeking out a little bit right there. That's the first time ever on this show. What is it, our third week or second week? Third week, I think.
I don't know, but my camera's doing the whole let's block out Lynn.
Okay, we got her to blush within 37 seconds. We're always trying to see if she can blush even quicker and put some color in those cheeks. And now we got her to actually like geek out. So there's a first for everything.
Oh, shoot. Speaking of geek out, I got to fix my camera here. I can't have double vision here. It's cracking me up. Let's see. So
yeah, like today's topic is going to be about what are you doing consistently to deepen your relationship. So, you know, Monday we talked about the definition of relationships and acquaintances and the qualities, and then yesterday is that can you have too many relationships? And you know, it can get deep, but I think we shared our viewpoints, but I think one of the ones that was consistent for both of us is that, like, you know, quality over quantity. And when, you know, and like in professional services or things that you might need for your house or whatever, you're getting better at it, Brian. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sandra.
All right.
So yesterday we had that discussion, and one of the things we agreed upon was the quality of relationships. And when it comes to professional relationships, like a plumber or a handyman or something, you don't need an abundance of those people, especially if they do good work. So today's discussion we're going to get into, and we want to hear from all of you. What are you doing consistently to deepen your relationships? And getting ready for today's show, I came up with a couple stories that I think
this is the G version of this conversation, right? Just ask you for a friend.
Yes. Anyhow, on point, standpoint, Lynn. We only have an hour. Talk about being slap happy. Oh my goodness.
Brian, I don't know. I get around you and you just bring this stuff out of me. What could I say? Is he still looking at me, guys?
So Lynn, let's just get it out there and then we can go into wherever. is what are you at making oh yes, oh yeah, I'm getting better at it. Okay, I could have been, my mind was filled with so many things. You're getting better at it, I didn't know what the context was. So thank you, Sandra, for being clear on what that was. I am competitive about some things and not competitive about others, but to beat her 37 seconds, that is a competition for me to see how fast Lynn can blush.
Oh my gosh.
So Lynn,
Okay.
let's see
Yes,
if you
Brian.
can talk amongst all the laughter and your cheeks getting really red like Roma tomatoes. What do you do consistently to deepen relationships? What
Well,
say you?
I, you know, I try to do my best with listening or giving advice or try to make that time. Like I said, Tracy has her time slots, which, oh my gosh, you know what? While I think about it, Tracy, don't let me forget to pick up my granddaughter today.
Oh, no.
I didn't, I didn't have her the last 2 days. So, it's Friday. I might forget. I just put the alarm on. Oh my gosh. No, I haven't forgotten her yet. I'm just saying I might forget to pick her up because.
Well, your initial words don't retract how it came across. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, well, anyways, but no, seriously, I try to put Tracy in a slot.
No good. No bueno. No bueno.
Well, I didn't forget her yet, and I just remembered that I shouldn't forget.
Well, I'm glad it's slowly but surely becoming a habit. I'm glad one day it'll be automatic, like.
No, you don't understand. I have her different days of the week. It's never consistent. So, yeah, and this week my daughter changed her days, so I went 2 days. Yeah. So, anyways, back to on task. What I try to, you see, this is why my kid said, I told you, this is why my kid says I don't need any alcohol and I don't need to smoke any wacky tacky because I'm wacky tacky enough without any of that stuff. This is all natural.
I'm glad we have a topic. Otherwise, people wonder what the heck we talk about.
Right. So yeah, I try to, make sure laughter. I try to check on my friends. I don't always get to do that, but lately what I try to do is I send a quick little voice message or throw them, hey, I'm thinking about you. Life is just a fast speed. So, you've got to just make time to, like I got to call my oldest daughter and I haven't seen my grandkids in a while. It's like, I'd like to do that. So it really is a matter of, finding a time schedule to do those things for me lately.
And when you do that, how does it make you feel?
Oh, I'm always happy when I do because, like I said, I always keep in mind that, you can't let the time lapse. And I mean, even this past week, I didn't get to call my dad as many times as I'd like, and time is of essence and spending that time is really important. And, when you take out, sleeping, eating, exercising, going to the bathroom, just all the basic stuff, you are only have so many hours in the day to get things done. Sometimes I lay down at night and I'm like, I just want to rest, and I get another phone call or this is going on, or I stay away from Clubhouse. I mean, because if not, I won't go to bed. So, I mean, there's just a lot of things. So, it just, whatever happened to days where we thought, oh, this day is dragging. It's going so slow. No day goes slow for me anymore. It just goes by so fast.
Well, just remember that everything that is in your world is the decision whether you made it or not.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
It amazes me when it's like, those notifications are upsetting me and I can't get any work done. I've heard it, right? It's like, I'll turn them off.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't have the argument without getting rid of something to disrupt that, or you're going to have the argument and the upset and all the struggle.
Yeah, just like people send me emails, and I'm sorry, people, but I don't look at my emails. And if you look at my email box, you'll see I have 160,000 pieces of email there. So which one should I look at? No, I'm not a hoarder of emails there, Brian. Get that out of your head.
One of those emails is from Benjamin Franklin when he was inventing things.
Oh,
Okay, so Sandra says, learn to see my frustrations and then take a pause. Living in a new situation and going with the flow of constant change, adjusting to that change of partner's dementia doesn't change the feeling of the love on your heart. Yeah, I think that pause is huge, Sandra, because if we are caregivers, if we are people that care for people, we always want to sacrifice ourselves for the betterment of others, but also that we need that pause, even though we don't. It's something so simple, but we don't give it to ourselves. Like if you're working on a project and you think that if you look at it more, you're going to figure it out, when the opposite is true. Go for a cup of coffee, go for a walk, whatever that is, to get your mind away from it, so then it restores while you're doing it. That pause is huge.
Yeah. And I was talking with Pitta today, and she talks about, she goes, I'm the one that on the plane, I'd put the mask on my kid before me, because I love to give and take care of people. And I said, listen, you got to look at it this way. If you don't put the mask on yourself, you're very limited to how much more you can help.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that this pertains to this too. If you don't take that pause, you're going to run out. You're going to run out of patience, time, frustration, your health, and all those things. You'll be a better person to that person if you take care of yourself.
Well, and human beings are not meant to. Right. That's why I watch you guys. Oh, we're blessed for that.
Yeah,
Sandra.
we are blessed.
I mean, human beings are not like engines, even though that our brain is a machine, right? But we still need to fuel it. And one of those pieces of fuel is solidarity and peace and no noise, and to step away from things for a while, and it doesn't have to be a long time, but it amazes me. Like I'm not like a quick napper. I know some people, if they take a little cat nap or whatever for 10 or 15 minutes, that doesn't work for me. Some people, like, restores them for like another 8 hours of energy.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, neurologically, if you disrupt your circadian rhythm, your body doesn't know what to do.
Right. Yeah. Well, I get insomnia a lot, traumatic past. So
sure.
It's just, you go through something for 16 years, it takes a little while to get over it. So when I can sleep, when I can take a little nap like that, I'm like up all night. It's like, whatever. So, but no, forcefully lately, I've been working out and doing some stuff to make me tired enough that I'm actually getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, which is good.
Wow.
It's really different. So I'm blessed with that, but I could have that for 2 days and then probably be very light for about 4 or 5. So
recognize your love language and keep the bank deposits. Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great book by Gary Chapman. I think he's got a middle name, Gary David Chapman, maybe. The 5 Love Languages is a great book.
Yes.
Even if you're not pursuing relationships at all. But little naps don't work for me either. Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend is the same way, where it's like, she'd rather stay up all night, because when she goes to sleep, I mean, she'll be a zombie. If she's going to sleep, she's going to sleep and not cat nap. That's not her deal.
Yeah.
But for me, I like to nap, but it gets it gets so tough, because it's like, if I lay down, then I'm going to make all the concessions in the world to not get up when I said I was going to.
Yeah, that's understandable too.
Especially when it's like 10 degrees outside,
So let me ask you, because I may have not been paying attention, but what are you doing to consistently deepen your relationships?
I will answer that. I want to tie in one more piece. Is that okay? Of you talked about how you deepen others. How does when somebody deepens their relationship with you, how does that make you feel, or what types of things do they do for you?
It makes me feel appreciative, because I give a lot, and sometimes I don't get that much back. And so when it does happen, I truly notice. I truly notice and really appreciate it. So not that I'm begging for it.
Happens? Does it surprise you? Does it enthrall you? Does it fill your heart full of love? What is it?
Oh gosh, it it, like I said, it touches the fact that that's something that I love and that I miss and that I want. And it just reminds me of times when it was like that and how much I appreciated it. And, so sometimes it's I'm always reaching out, but people are not reaching back.
Yeah.
And that's, but then again, I always think, people are busy, and I have a tendency of calling people before they call me. So in other words, it's not fair to say that because I happen to call at the right time. And, but when it does happen that I'm thinking of them and they happen to call me, I'm like, I love it. Like, it's just, I love when that happens.
Well, and
And
I learned from
I love when it happens and something traumatic hasn't happened, because if somebody comes to mind and I don't call them and something happened, I was actually thinking of them while they were going through something. And so sometimes when people call me and they were on my mind, I'm a little concerned. I don't mean to be, but it's usually just my intuition letting me know.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I've realized through therapy and just learning and just doing more inner work is that I'm a giver, but I don't receive. And it's like, in order for that to be a cyclical thing, for it to be healthy, both have to
Right.
happen.
Right.
And it's tough for me to accept gratitude, when I'm working with a couple of their families to create their wedding day. It's like they wouldn't be reserving me otherwise for what we're creating. And so it does get difficult to accept gratitude or additional compensation in terms of gratuity when they've already paid me for the services that they wouldn't have reserved me otherwise for the outcome that we were creating or going through the steps and the work and all of that. So it's a delicate balance of accept it, say thank you, but also though just taking their point of view instead of like, well, they already paid me, all their hard-earned dollars. Now they're giving me more, and gratitude is something hard for me to accept.
I totally get that, because even in my last show, she took time out and said, Lynn, I haven't done this is the first time I've done a live stream show. And I did that because of you and your heart and all this stuff. And it was like, I could tell her how much I appreciate and love her. But then it's when you get it back, it's like, okay, receive that and enjoy it. And I did, but it is hard when you get compliments and stuff. And you compliment me all the time, Brian, and I thank you for that. And I thank you for appreciating me, but I appreciate you just as much. And so it's so funny because I totally get that. And I just love that. I swear we're the little magpies. No, after you. No, after you. Thank you. Thank you.
The reason why I ask that is because to make sure that it's well-rounded, it's what you give to others, but it's also the boomerang part of it.
Right.
When that comes back to you, is that what you give comes back. And it's like, okay, I get that. I look at it like playing tennis, right?
Right.
If you hit it over to them and they don't hit it back, it's not one situation that gets you to feel a certain way. It's the redundancy and the repetitiveness of not. It's like, remember the analogy or the situation we gave about Stephen Covey, right?
Yeah.
Where if every time that you reach out to somebody in a relationship to deepen it, you're depositing into somebody else. But if they don't return it back, it's like a withdrawal. And eventually, and it's not a measurement, but it's more of a feeling. But after a while, you're going to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to possibly have a conversation or wonder what's going on with that person. Are they dealing with something difficult? Have they been busy? Where is the difference between what you think is going on with where they are? That gap is the difference.
Right.
Because it's not about how they feel about you and everything we make up in our head. It's how come they didn't respond?
Right.
And it's like, they've been busy. Okay, got it. But if it happens month after month after month, or it's the same old excuse, then it might there's something inconsistent there. So you asked me the question, is that what do I do consistently? I'm an experienced person. Now that depends on the relationship. Like, for instance, Justin, who's been on our show, and if he's watching us, Justin, please be safe on the road, and God bless you that it's Friday and your weekend is going to be here pretty soon. Is that, he invited me to this beer group, right? Just this group where, it's on Facebook, and everybody just shares, what they've got going on or what they like or whatever. So that dynamic is like to share my experience, share my input, be funny, silly, humorous, so it's to be a contribution. Okay. But that's specific for that dynamic. When it's for other people is to share love. Let's get together for our spring event. I mean, Justin messaged me a little bit earlier today and he goes, man, I can't wait until we get together for our spring beer gathering, at his house. And so experiences are undeniable because of the action it took to create them. You're not going to invest your time with people you don't want to be around. So it could be inspiration. Like I love sharing quotes, anything that people can be built up by, and to get them to think that somebody's there to help them and to be there for them. But I never come empty handed is the best way of probably saying it. Like whenever I meet with somebody, like I've got several people I meet with on a monthly basis, like my buddy Todd, a 2-time Ironman. I met him at a coffee shop 13 years ago. Didn't know him from anybody. And I never come empty handed. Like I have an article, I have something thought provoking, and it could be in a link, it could be in printed form. There's always something I can't, and that's how I've been trained, from BNI and other business organizations I've been a part of in my past. You never come empty handed. Think of that other person first. And so in summary, experience, contribution, inspiration, but just always think of the other person first.
Absolutely. Sandy says,
I always think others are too busy, are busy too. I have still to keep working on that one. Gratitude is always great to receive. Now, Sandra, that becomes I always think others are busy, but they're not busy for who's a priority to them, right? Busyness to some people can be a cover, it's like, I'm busy. Okay. Are you busy doing the right things? Or are you just busy and you don't want to deal with whatever's in front of you? You know what I mean? It's a delicate thing, but if somebody's cover is that they're busy, that might not be the right reason. That's just been my experience, because we're all busy. There's not a person on the planet that's not busy this day and age, especially now that we're in our homes and all of that, but busy doing what? There's a distinction there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Are you,
is it, you're
busy watching videos on YouTube,
Netflix?
or are you busy creating a marketing plan?
Yeah. Are you busy binging on a show on YouTube, or are you, that you don't want to be disturbed? Which on the weekends, I like to find time to hide. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you really have to choose that time and be selfish about it, but not in such a way that it's like you're making it all about you. Well,
right.
you can't do your best for others until you do the best for yourself first.
Right.
Right. So, and then when deepening relationships, when it comes back to me, it fills my heart full of love. Like, hey, I want to invite you to this thing, or hey, let's grab coffee. The simplest of things matter the most to me. Number one, that somebody thought of me. Number two is that we get to deepen our relationship. Like
that's right.
The other night, 2 nights ago, Jeremy, Tristan, their daughter Ella. I've known him for many years, ever since college, and we were in a fraternity together. And I haven't seen him in a while. And they invited me over for dinner at their house. And what can I say than to just be honored by being with them, to share some memories and talk about their wedding. And they referred me to somebody else that they know for their wedding that I did in October. Those priceless moments that you know that you're going to deepen them, and you can't wait until the next time you gather with them. That's
absolutely huge. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
And so, anything more you want to add about the deepening of that came to mind?
Well, I think in what you articulate to them and what they mean to you is deep and important, because if something happens to one of you, especially, and even with COVID or whatever, right. I think there's greater value to urgency to let everyone that's had an impact in your life or that you care about have, do it in a text, do it in a quick little video, Do it in a funny Snapchat video. Do it in a messenger. Do it any which way. I mean, even if you took and you did 5 a day or something, I mean, you could have 150 people in a month that you get a hold of, and just leave. And I do that randomly. I randomly sit there and send messages. And I haven't done my thank yous in a long time. And I got to get into back in my handwriting thank you times. And I like doing that on my downtime. Like if I am, because like I multitask. If I'm going to binge, like I want to do 24 or I want to binge on whatever show, I want to sit there and write and do something because I can't like just like watch TV. I've got to do something while I'm watching
Sure.
TV. Just
Yep.
It's just a habit, whether it's graphics or whatever. But those are going to be my times to do those things, to reach out and have those connections that are
It's
important to me.
one of the most grateful things is that it's all, like Tristan and Jeremy, for instance, that we're not doing it for anything. We care about each other.
Right.
They honored me with being a part of their wedding day, right?
Right.
And their lives together. Now, is that right for every wedding couple that they want to have relationships with their wedding professionals after? No. But that's what I take a stand for. Those are the people that I work with, is that they want that kind of personalized experience, that it's not a transactional thing.
Right.
It's much deeper than that. And there's people out there that want that connection, that this one day is going to be forever remembered, and the people that matter to us most are going to be a part of it. And it's to some people that's not their deal, and that's okay. But don't criticize those that it's right for.
Absolutely.
And just to show up every day with no agenda and to be goofy and silly, like their daughter Ella, she's going to be turning 2, and she was on the table, and before she got into her reusable stickers, her Mickey Mouse stickers, which I didn't even know that existed, reusable stickers, is that she was on the table and she goes, "What are you doing?" And then all of a sudden her head is right on my forehead, and I said, "Ella, what are you doing?" And she just got really excited and laughed and all of that.
So
you're sharing
cute.
moments. You're sharing memories with people. And there's too much of our society that's based on, what are you trying to get from me? They have a preconceived notion. And and that's that's by default. That's not like any of your messaging or anything on a website or anything is even saying to them. It's just that how they've been, how society has worked on them. That's what's there. People are watching their wallet when somebody tries to sell them something. It's like, whoa. I just want a conversation,
Right. Yeah, I know, right?
What did Sandra say? Say?
She said, that's why I love Messenger.
Yep.
My sister and I keep in touch that way.
And after all this training with virtual and everything like that I've been doing since March, is that there is no excuse for not communicating with people you want to in life. There is no excuse anymore. No excuse.
Right. Email, Messenger, this or that. I mean, like, it could only take seconds to just type something. And if you don't even like typing, you can hit the little voice thing and voice it and laugh when autocorrect really messes up. But other than that, because that never happens to me.
No. Lynn, what does this say? I can't read it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my S key was stuck on my keyboard. My S key was stuck.
Yeah, pretty much, Fred. Pretty much.
It's a and the thing about it is that one thing if everybody could take away from this or consider is that don't wait for somebody to do the work to deepen your relationships. You take ownership of that. Period. Be the person to guide that, to direct that, and to be the one that's like, "Hey, Joe, I haven't seen you in a long time. I miss you."
Absolutely.
There is no excuse anymore with FaceTime and video emails, Messenger. There's on all these platforms. You can do it right from your phone or right from your tablet. There is no excuse anymore to not make things personal in your life. There is no excuse anymore. Everyone has their own platform for communication. Just speak to them in their language. Yeah,
That's right.
you know.
Yep. So yeah,
Or Tracy, I would be willing, like for my mindset, is that a language that works for both of you, right?
correct.
Because it has to work for both of you. You know, if you're just doing what they want, but they don't want to do what you do, you know, I think we make it too complicated because the more platforms there is, the harder it is to identify which one works best.
Yeah.
You know?
She said yes, Brian, but Sandy goes, oh no, not the responsibility talk. Yeah, he's going there. He's going there.
He going there.
Wait, he did go there, Lisa.
He
Remember
going
that?
there. Going there.
Remember that
Can you
song?
write down dare? How do you spell that? DARED.
Do you remember the show Weird Science?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Lisa, he don't even have a license, Lisa.
Oh man.
Anyways, we regressed. It's Friday.
So I wanted to share a couple stories that'll flush out, you know, some of the deepening of relationships and the lessons that were learned. Hopefully Justin's watching, and if he is, he's getting thirsty because his workday will be done here in a couple hours.
Yay.
First time I met Amanda and Justin, they're the longest couple I've ever worked with for a wedding, 26 months. And I remember when she was still a junior at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And the week that Justin bought the ring, okay, the financing didn't go through, okay, like whatever happened, okay, and so this all happened in the week, and then also that was when Amanda had to pay her tuition bill for that semester, so there was a lot of money going out in a week, okay, and I remember Justin's mother Pat called me up. And she goes, Brian, they really want to work with you. Situation happened where Justin had to pay for the ring all up front because the financing, whatever, they missed paperwork or whatever. And what can you do? And it was like, I took it back and I talked to a friend of mine who's now retired. And he put it into perspective, and I called him back and I said, yes, let's do this. And was it different than what I was used to? Absolutely. Like, here's a structure, you know, here's a retainer fee amount, here's a service agreement. And one of the best relationships and couples I've ever worked with, you know, and that doesn't put anybody any different. It's just that for deepness, you know, that if you want those kinds of relationships in your life, no matter if it's personal to personal or business to business, whatever, you can have those, but to be flexible, to really feel what somebody's going through and being on their side of the fence, that it's like, whoa, they didn't plan to have to invest in a whole semester of tuition and an engagement ring all in the same week. Like
Right,
anybody
yeah.
would be, you know, their pocket's a little bit lighter, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you just harmonize, like the quality of the relationship exceeds what you need to do to be flexible.
Exactly.
And amazing couple, the engagement that we've had throughout the whole process, and the connection, you know, the relationship that we have is just so strong. And their son just turned 10 years old, and
wow,
you know, they got 3 children now, but when I first met him, he didn't like me.
I love it.
I don't know if it's because of how tall I am or whatever, but he didn't like me. He'd run away. And
you see, but that's the cool thing is, you see, I said sometimes the first impressions don't work out.
Yeah.
You know, and it could just be the misrepresentation, or you know, the miscommunication or whatever. But I love when you find yourself in a situation where it didn't start out good, or didn't start out the right foot, but ends up being the best thing ever. You know, I just love that.
I mean, and it's just wild because it's like, you know, now when I go over there, it's, you know, he gives me a hug and it's like we're buddies, right? But at first he looked at me like, wow, there's this tall, you know, this tall guy that scares me. You know what I mean? And,
he intimidates me.
You know, and even like Justin's parents, you know, his mom, I mean, they they invited me over to their house for a pool party this past summer. And it was, anyhow, it was, that kind of stuff just means the world to me. And it's just,
yeah, for sure.
I need to be around. When you serve others, it usually gets a deeper relationship. Sharing is caring when you open up. Yeah. And there's, you're not doing it for anything more than to acknowledge them and the vibe and people loving people. Right.
Absolutely. Because that's
You
what
know?
we all start out as being loving human beings.
Yeah.
And then people put life in it
And
and make
it's
it complicated.
And even like with my best friend, I remember over 11 years ago where we fell out of touch. He betrayed our relationship and did something that I didn't approve, and we stopped communicating for 5 to 6 years. And he called me up probably 8 months before he was to get married, and it was like out of the blue, like this relationship is done. He burned that bridge. And he called me up out of the blue and he goes, "Hey, I'm getting married and I want you to be a part of my wedding." And it took me back because I was hurt. Like, he hurt me, right? Emotionally, and took advantage of me. And by his actions and by his character, it restored to where we are. I mean, we were only children. We were in Boy Scouts together, and our ability to mend our differences through listening, maturity, I would have to say, and just life experience, I think, are at the top of the list of things that brought us back together. And it's until you get your toy taken away.
And then she says, "Love is a..."
Yeah. So, and it's like everybody shows that stuff differently. Given my life experiences, I'm very honest and upfront about if I love somebody, and it might creep them out or whatever, but I do. And if it comes out of my mouth, I mean it.
Right.
And that's a difference for somebody where they might never say that they love somebody, or they do it in a roundabout way versus just declaring it. And for me, I no longer have that burden because of my near-death experience and my dad passing away. What you see is what you get, and what comes out of my mouth is truly meant, regardless of, nobody's ever said that they love me before. Well, you're the first, or I'm the first then,
Yeah, of many.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to the days of the guys being tough and not showing emotion or being hard asses and acting like assholes because they don't want nobody to know they're tender. That doesn't work for anybody anymore. And nobody's got time for that anymore. I mean,
well, even like I love doing psychological experiments, and it fascinates me, like there's a stereotype about Harley owners, right? Where, they're motorcycle people and all of that. And
do you have a Harley?
No, I don't ride motorcycles. I just learned how to chew bubblegum and walk down the street 2 weeks ago. So no, I don't trust two wheels, but what I realized, though, is one of the most fascinating things is that where a lot of people will look at a biker or somebody, maybe bigger, whatever, with leather, is that they will use that stereotype to not communicate, right? And one of the most fascinating things that I just found out about it, that if I see some people with tattoos, maybe they're a biker, maybe they're not, I'll ask them about it. And I might not even know that person. More times than not, I don't, but I'm like, wow, that's some really cool art on your arm. Tell me about it, right?
Great conversation.
Yeah.
Great conversation.
It's like, if somebody's going to tattoo something on their arm and they're going to do it to detail,
it's gotta have
likely
meaning.
It's not a drunken night in Vegas, right? It's something that they wanted to have on their body for a reason. And that's fascinating to me. And a lot of people will never do that because of maybe how they look, who they're hanging around, or whatever. And man, some of the most tender and human, just humanitarian type of people are ones that you would least expect them to be.
Yeah, Sandy puts here misconception. That reminds me of a time that my daughters were all into wanting tattoos, and especially when they were turning 18 or whatever. And I know I told you a story about my one daughter who did her tattoo, but my other daughter, my oldest daughter, she was like wanting to get a tattoo when she turned 18, whatever. But then my niece passed away in a head-on collision like
Oh.
3 weeks after her wedding. She got married September 30th and she passed away October 24th. And so my daughter's like, can I get a butterfly tattoo on my calf for Mandy? Like, how can I say no? We went to her funeral and everything, and it was like, yeah. So, it's things like that, So
Mm-hmm. We used to ride
used
and
to,
met lots of doctors and lawyers. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, my ex-boyfriend, he had a Harley, and he's thin and, tall and stuff, and it just, you just never know who rides a Harley or this or that. I mean, whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of judgment, stereotypes, and things like that. And again, that really messes up relationships because people assume or hold it against them. Or, I on the dating sites that I've gone and stuff, and people are like, "So do you have tattoos? How many tattoos you got?" I'm like, "I don't have any." Oh, good. Like that right there. That right there with, are you liberal? You conservative or what? It's like, man, you're gonna get really far in life with
whatever do you
that's
want
just
me
as
to
bad
be?
as asking a girl how much she weighs. I mean, you just don't do that crap if you want to get to know somebody. Oh,
Lots
lots of
of great
great
business
business.
people. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Some of the most generous people are the ones that people may not approach. And it's and like
And
they
it's
do
they're lost.
children's drives for toys around the
Yes,
holidays
they
or
do.
coats and just
Yeah, yeah. And all the never mind, I'm not gonna say that, but
well, why'd you
because then
bring it up then?
I'd be stereotyping by saying, yeah, what do they think? They're just all low life people that just have these expensive Harleys and they don't do anything good for for people. So,
Right.
oh, Heather, I reached out to you to
Hey
do
Heather,
a live, and you have not answered my message yet. I hope you saw that. So it's so
in a big
great to have you here.
wahoo to you, Heather.
Wow, yeah, wahoo. Hey, don't forget. Hey, this is a good time because we're going to be done soon here. Yeah, we did a
Yep.
lot of charity runs. I don't want to forget to say this, especially with Heather here now too.
Drum roll,
Uh,
please.
yeah, we are, and we're going to have a signature drink
Yep.
too. And I'm going to have all the fixings myself.
Yep. So tomorrow night, please join us. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. Who knows what kind of surprises or special guests we're going to have. Lynn, you want to share with everybody that there might be some potential for people to win something. Would you like to share with everybody
Yeah,
what that is?
yeah. They might win. They might win something. I think if people end up sharing our post, the people that share the post and actually show up while we're live, I'll probably give like a $25 Amazon card or something like that.
I thought there was one added piece to that.
And I'm leaving that for you. Go
We're
ahead.
going to take, so if you want to have a chance, the post thing being with us, but then also they'll take pictures of your cocktail. And if you want to have some strawberry shortcake, okay, post those when you get the information, you log on. If you want to share pictures with us, we're going to tally them back. And if you send it to me, I'll send it to Lynn and Bubba. And maybe Lynn can pop them up on the screen so we can see everybody's mixtures and all of that.
Yeah, that would be cool. And what I'll do is while we're at the show, I'll just put them in my handy dandy app, and I'll take all the pictures, mirror them all together, and I'll do a little promo thing with them.
So if you are up for participating fully with the signature cocktail, if you're going shopping today, I already talked. Excellent. Thank you, Sandra.
Awesome.
Yes, it's going to be the one word for me is randomness, where it's going to be entertaining and random, and you're going to be laughing probably without knowing why. So
yes,
absolutely, yes,
absolutely, absolutely. So
and even then, like Heather, you can have fun with mixing orange juice and pineapple juice, maybe a little, maybe like a little cherry juice in there for some color. We're going to look for pretty cocktails.
Okay, that's cool. And I do know what Google Images look like. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I better see your kitchen. I better see your kitchen in the background. Your kitchen? I mean, your kitchen. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of my dad. Chicken, kitchen. Yeah. So, yeah.
Hey, how about this even is that if you want to participate, possibly do a selfie of yourself, having
Cheersing
whatever,
us.
just to make it authentic.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
But if you do love your desserts, to take it to the furthest level possible, it's not only joining us, but sharing out the link and getting other people to join us, your cocktail, and also though the strawberry shortcake. So having a drink and having some dessert.
Yeah, I will. What I'll probably do is tomorrow morning, I'll go ahead. Heather goes, "Oh Lord, now I have to wash dishes."
Oh, dang.
I love you, Heather. That's great.
We don't want to make you do more work, Heather, but just a couple glasses and maybe a plate for some strawberry shortcake.
What I'll probably do tomorrow morning is sometime I'll go ahead and put the announcement again about the show, and I'll do some little graphic, and I'll say put your graphics below here and share this out, and then I'll put the giveaway of $25, and we'll do that probably at the end of our show tomorrow night.
So if you need to go grocery shopping today,
buy
the necessary resources to play with us tomorrow and take pictures and have a chance to win a $25
Amazon card. Yep. Amazon card. I've never done that before, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So
I'm excited to see who might randomly want to come on with us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and that too, you guys. While you're watching, we'll send you the link and you'll come backstage and be with us. That'll be, especially with your foo-foo drinks or your non-alcoholic. I'm gonna have, foo-foo. I'm gonna have more splash of orange juice, and I usually say orange juice and pineapple juice, and a splash of vodka in it. I'm gonna go to the vodka store before I pick up my granddaughter. Go get my alcohol.
So let's put it out here. Let's just go through. If you want to consume the full and blend up the official cocktail, it's Pinnacle whipped vodka. Whipped vodka. They have many different ones, but Pinnacle whipped vodka with one shot of Pinnacle vodka, 1 part of OJ, and then pineapple juice, and then you muddle with strawberries. So you can get color in there. There's a lot of flavors, even if you don't want to add the vodka. For those that don't want to consume no problem.
So let me get this straight. So when you say muddle strawberries, just stick strawberries in there and let them float?
Nope.
What does it mean then?
Muddling is a process.
Shaking them?
People that do
not stirring them.
Nope.
No, educate me.
We don't have time for that, Lynn. I'm going to take my 11-year-old with me to the grocery store and let him make my drink.
I love it.
All right, honey, we need
I get it.
Pineapple juice.
Wait. You're talking about that thing that kind of strains them. So, like, you put the strawberries in there and you...
No.
You can tell that I don't make a very good alcohol.
Strainer. That's called a strainer.
No, the little mug with the... Well, what is she talking about? No, use a muddler.
A muddler.
Will the liquor store know what we're talking about?
If they're a good liquor store, yeah.
Okay.
But a muddler is that at the base of the drink, you put the fruit. It's a utensil. Absolutely. You put it in and you muddle the strawberries. So you kind of get all the juices out of them and whatnot. Not necessarily. You just delicately get all, like if it's mint or something like that, you snap the mint for the floral and the botanicals.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go talk to Dr. Google and explain it to me.
And just remember, Lynn, based on something you said earlier, I don't know if there's maybe Montana's different than Wisconsin, but when you go to a liquor store, it's not just a vodka store. They have other things besides vodka.
Gently, Lynn. I'm not a drinker, but I'm going to try to socialize.
Just remember, Lynn holds all the controls for our software and all that tomorrow, so it's like we got to go delicate on her, otherwise.
Yeah, I'm the producer here, so
we might be communicating by a smoke signals and Facebook Messenger tomorrow. And I'm just going to point this out. Remember what happened on New Year's Eve? Because our first show was the day after. All I'm saying.
Oh, wait, let me just change the hour when you're going to do this. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Let me just, it'll be all right.
I feel pretty good, but I'm a little bit tired. Okay, let's do this show.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so final thoughts. I mean, so on Monday, moving forward past Saturday, we'll be recovered from Saturday to Monday. Our next show is we're going to deepen relationships even further, and we'll have that out for you Sunday by the latest, so you can join us on Monday back at the normal time. And then the question for this weekend is, what actions are deepening for you? So when you look at relationships, what specific actions are you taking to deepen the relationships in your life?
Yes, we are, right. We love it. Thank you, Heather.
Hey, Heather, just remember, this is sleep deprivation, coffee, and no alcohol. So there you go.
So we're going to put a little alcohol to the mix.
Truth be told, I will be sober tomorrow.
You're no fun.
That is not true. That is not true at all.
Just kidding.
Stop with the peer pressure already. I don't need it.
All right, Ed.
I'm going to go to the vodka store.
Oh, my gosh.
On our topic for today, final thoughts about actions you take to deepen relationships. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts are that I have to get back into doing the things that let people know that I care about them. My thank you cards and my little goofy videos and chats and stuff. It's, better. Yeah, it's a matter. The ball of fun. That's right. He is a ball of fun. Big, tall ball of fun.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather. You'll
really
have to tell us
appreciate
tomorrow night about how that experiment with your son goes at the grocery store. I'll be
my
excited
gosh.
to hear about that.
That will be fun. That will be totally fun. So you guys, we are just so thankful you guys were here. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Heather, and everyone else and Justin, wherever you are, and Bubba, wherever you are. And I wanted to do, let's see, what we go. Listening.
Have to be a genuine receiver of what they're saying, not biased. 100%. 100%.
Absolutely.
And Heather, I'd be willing to say this, and this is something that has been showing up for me more than ever, knowing that we can't be face to face with people that we care about, is when somebody feels like they're heard. You know what I mean? I think listening's a part of it, but I think it goes a little bit deeper. When people feel that they're heard, when the person that they're talking to is just there, they're present, they're listening, there's no distractions. I think that is, listening is a part of it, but I think that the whole part of the process is when they feel like they're heard, it's the best place you can be.
Absolutely. Except sometimes the only time I have to talk to my friends is when I have to go potty. So I'm still listening.
You always have to bring your point to the bathroom, Lynn, don't you? If you need a time block so much that you have to talk to people when you're going to the bathroom, whoa.
We'll have a show about that sometime down the future, right?
All right, so Heather, tomorrow night when you join us, we definitely want to hear from you and your excursion and journey to the grocery store with your son, your 11-year-old son, to get groceries and to partake in.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather.
No shame in talking while going by. Yeah. There are so many video references, i.e. American Pie, that come to mind right now.
Oh yeah! Oh, I love that show. Can we talk about the American Pie tomorrow night? Hey, because it's not going to be the G show like I was wondering about. Rated G.
You do realize we were with Bubba, right? You do realize that, right?
Yeah, we are going to be pretty adulting tomorrow. So make sure your kids are not in ear view. That's what I would, or put on some ears.
Headphones.
Yeah, headphones. Yeah. Tune your kids
We are
up.
not apologizing for what may come out of our mouths. I mean, it's an adult show, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
keep that in mind.
he's he's gonna
He's
make
going
me.
to make me a Minecraft drink. He's a mine. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Wow, that's
Oh,
so. So Heather, right there, take that and run with it, and you might be a winner of a $25 Amazon gift card because that seems pretty interesting and unique. So when you get
absolutely.
all those ingredients and you put it together, if you want to take some pictures of it tomorrow, share it, on our stream, you'll be added into the group and Lynn will share those and whatnot. And then we'll have a winner and you could be $25, could have $25 more in your pocket.
Absolutely. That will be fun.
Tomorrow
All right.
night. Tomorrow night.
All right, you guys. Well, we're out of here. We'll
Yes.
leave you with that thought and have a good one, guys.
See you tomorrow
See ya.
night.